Chef Jose Andres, it's nice to spend some time with you without the apron, without the immersion blender. Look at you in your Capitals colors. I know that you love all sports. It's great. We appreciate the opportunity to chat with you about the Capitals and the DC sports world. Start with hockey. What is it that fascinates you the most about that sport?
Listen, the truth is that I had no clue about ice hockey. But where I come from, in Spain, Barcelona, there were big teams on field hockey. So I guess, okay, if you're playing on grass or if you're playing on a hard surface or on ice at the end, I guess it's the same spirit. But being in Washington, I've been a Washingtonian with an accent for 28 years. Who cannot fall in love with, the Capitals? My daughters brought me to it. My daughters, they've been big fans of all sports, and obviously they are Washingtonian. They born here. They are, if anything, the ones that brought me closer. That they say, "Daddy, we must embrace all things Washington sports." And obviously, knowing the Leonsis family, put all together with the fans that every day came to my restaurants, cheering and hoping for a victory of the home team, is very easy. Of why, obviously, I am one more Capitals fan.
I know the successes you've achieved in your chosen profession. They've taken you around the world. You've led a globe-trotting life. Can you compare the DC sports fan base to some of the other most passionate fans around the world?
Listen, everybody knows that I'm a boy that came from Spain, that came from Barcelona, and I grew up going to watch Barcelona, as we call it, to play football at the soccer stadium. And I remember that as a fascinating ritual. For me, I think the most important thing is the same thing I see in Washington is that feeling of unity, of families coming together, of a parent or a mother bringing their child for first time to the game, maybe stopping in some of the local bars and restaurants to start warming up. But I do believe that sense of we are one with the people, together, celebrating, rooting for the same team, doesn't matter who we are, where we come from. But I'm not gonna lie to you that everything that happens around the game to me is as important as the game itself. It's an amazing way to build community. And I love, because I do believe that Washington DC is a great community where so many fans, we all come together every game. And that's what I love about the sports mentality, that we are all believing in longer tables, enjoying a great moment, rooting for our favorite players and our favorite team.
Chef, throughout the pandemic, you've been very much at the head of the line, helping to get food and necessary aid to people in DC and all around the world. How would you describe your efforts?
My efforts, I'm one more Washingtonian, one more American next to the people that need to be. Listen, I remember one day, 3-4 years ago, somewhere in Anacostia, and I saw this group of young people. One of them was Zach Leons. He's my friend. But he was there when nobody was watching, with his wife, there, taking care of people in need in a forgotten place of DC. I saw the players, you see, being heroes beyond the game. The game is important, but our communities are even more important. That's the message we get from our teams. And I saw how every single ownership group, the Lerner family, with the Nationals, not giving support also to All Central Kitchen in the middle of the pandemic, even using their stadium to be feeding people. What I only see is that we have a group of sports teams, from the fans, from the owners, supporting, not in the good times, but supporting in the bad times. And this gives me a lot of hope for the things we're gonna be achieving in the months and years ahead. Because when there is a sense of community, it's absolutely nothing is gonna stop us from conquering those horizons of dreams that we all hope for in the good times and in the bad times. But especially, I know we're gonna be winning many more things because we're a great community. And this COVID 2020 has shown me how strong as a community we can be, and that nothing will ever stop us from failure because we come together in the worst moments.
Chef, I'm sure you've seen fans return to Capital One Arena for Wizards games, recently for Capitals games. How do you and other Penn Quarter business owners react to seeing people back in the neighborhood?
It's going slowly but surely. I think a lot of leadership. I think Mayor Bowser has done an excellent job, but this has been one of the most difficult times we've experienced as Americans in the last 100 years. The least we can do is be next to our leaders in those hardship, in those moments that nobody has all the answers to the many questions we face. But right now that we see that the cities are opening, but I think we've been very creative. This is what Washington has shown. This is what America has shown. That creativity, empathy, supporting each other, adapting to the situation, not following a plan, because if you follow a plan, let me tell you, when things don't go as planned, if you are not prepared, you will collapse. That's why in sports, in life, we must embrace complexity. We must embrace adaptation. Those people, those organizations, those teams that adapt will always end being the winners. And what we see right now is that we are learning how to adapt better than ever. We are embracing complexity. So Washington, D.C. and America and the world, it's very soon about to look as we always dream. And now we're not gonna take anything for granted. I think every time we're in a game, every time our team wins, every time we're out with friends having a beer or a tap by one of my restaurants or in the restaurants of my friends, we are gonna be giving thanks for every one of those great moments. And even when we lose, we will give thanks because we've been there together cheering for our team and supporting our team in those darker moments. This is what this COVID-19 has shown all of us. Empathy is gonna win the day, and that together we're gonna be achieving absolutely anything we want.
The hockey team is playing extremely well right now. Obviously, you're rocking your red sweater. Who better than Chef Jose Andres to give us a recipe for winning another cup? So what do you think this season? What are the ingredients involved in winning another Stanley Cup?
Listen, I mean, it's never easy when you get kind of a new coach. It's a lot of things that have to be obviously happening, but I think if I'm right, we've been at the top very much for most of the season in our division with Peter as a coach. I think the team is going to be doing great, and I think he's been playing really amazing hockey. And yes, we're going to do that amazing playoff run again because we deserve it. And just, you know, watching Ovechkin, after watching him celebrate with that cup that I don't know, I never seen somebody celebrate with a cup with so much joy on behalf of all of us. Now watching him almost like chasing that all-time goal scoring, which is moving from 9th to 5th, and we know he's gonna keep advancing. He should reach higher quotes and maybe become #1 hockey scorer in all history. Let's go for it, because he's a guy we all want to root for, because he loves the game so much that even if you don't like hockey, it's difficult not to love Ovechkin pride in the game. And you know, all the consistency that we see from the veterans, you know, Nick and Oshie and Carlson, it's amazing to see how they are veterans for a reason, my friend. They know the game. When you see their wisdom, you know they keep moving the team forward. And obviously, all the young players that we have, like Samsonov, I think is great to see. Vanashek. I mean, a mix of good veterans, a mix of young people. The coach, new ways he's bringing. Obviously, the ownership team, which, by the way, I love all the Leonsis family again. They're really good people. When you see all of this happening together with the fans of Washington, D.C., I'm sure we're gonna do a run for one more ring.
And make sure I get you in touch with Peter Laviolette soon. We need that kind of pump-up speech in the dressing room. Chef Jose Andres, we appreciate your passion, your enthusiasm. Thanks so much for sharing it with us.
Thank you for having me. Go Caps.